Hey guys, Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we have some good news to talk about regarding the PS5 and Xbox Series X versions of Grand Theft Auto 5 that are going to be re-released, expanded, and enhanced on the next generation version consoles. And while we haven't heard anything new officially from Rockstar, we have seen some new listings of the game being posted, which might give us an idea on the price, and we also heard from Take-Two Interactive CEO and executive Strauss Zelnick, who tells us all exciting news is coming soon. So let's begin with those mysterious listings that actually appeared. We've been seeing this more and more on various websites and retailers like Amazon and even some other ones. So this one, for example, I don't know what site this is on, but as you guys can see here, this is the PlayStation 5 version of Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm guessing that's what the box art is going to be like right there, so it'll be the exact same as the one that came out on PS3 and PS4. You'll just have the new PS5 logo up at the top. I think the most interesting thing here is the price you're looking at, $59.99, which would indicate that Rockstar is going to sell this for full price, roughly $60. And this is interesting because there's been a lot of other games and a lot of other companies that either have said, number one, they're not going to charge at all for an upgrade to the PS5 or an Xbox Series X version, or they're not going to make it full price. So instead of $60, you might see it as like $30, $20, $15, something like that. And I think this is the thing that has most of the players upset because they look at this and they're like, wait a minute, I paid $60 for this game back in 2013. I paid $60 for it again back in 2014 and 2015. And who knows what else I purchased along the way, whether it's shark cards or another game or the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack, whatever. And now, when I get my PS5 or Xbox Series X, I'm going to have to pay $60 again. That seems to be what a lot of people are frustrated with and kind of fussy about. So we will have to wait and see because we haven't gotten any official information from Rockstar, but at least according to this, it looks like we'll be paying full price for GTA 5 when it does arrive on PlayStation 5. And speaking of Xbox Series X, here it is. So this is what it's going to look like for the Xbox Series X console. Again, looks exactly the same as far as the box art goes. You've just got the Xbox and the Series X logo and then optimized for Series X. And it's the same price there. So there's no difference between what system, what console you're on. It looks like that decision is solely Rockstar's. And again, I don't know how many people that's going to upset. Do you guys think that that is a fair price for a game that has come out about 7 years ago? By the time this game releases, it'll be roughly like 8 or 9 years. Or do you think Rockstar should have made the game a lot cheaper, like 50% of what it normally is? Should they have given it away as like a free upgrade? We know that they have a partnership with Sony where you can end up getting the standalone version of Grand Theft Auto Online for free during the first 3 months. But other than that, it looks like Rockstar is going to be charging us in order to play these new titles. But anyways, let's move on and let's actually hear from Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick, because the other day he actually presented at the Goldman Sachs 29th Annual Communicopia conference call. And he talked about a lot of things, including Grand Theft Auto Online, GTA 5, what Rockstar is going to do for the future. So the host of this event, Mike, ended up asking Strauss this. So let's dig into a little bit of individual titles. GTA, I think, continues to impress despite the fact that Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online is nearly a 7-year-old game, I think in a couple of days now. GTA has sold over 135 million units life to date, including, I think, over 20 million units in the last 12 months. So first, on the heels of, I think, the biggest content update ever for GTA Online later this year, could you talk about the content strategy for GTA Online, particularly with the launch of the new version of Grand Theft Auto Online next year with Next Gen? Now, Strauss ended up responding by saying Rockstar has already announced that GTA Online on a standalone basis will be available exclusively to PS5 owners for 3 months. That's an exciting development. Rockstar Games also announced that GTA 5 will be coming, and the game will be coming to next-generation consoles in the following fiscal year. And that's exciting. We've made the friction to getting into GTA Online relatively low. We've had promotions, for example, where it was free, but we haven't made a broad decision to untether the title permanently and announcements of that sorts always come from our labels. So Strauss, as he usually does, always kind of keeps things close to the vest and really just said, like, it's up to Rockstar to announce what's going to be coming next. But he did say that it is exciting what Rockstar is doing and that they've always kind of been hesitant to detach GTA 5 from its multiplayer, but now they're finally doing it. And I think that's very exciting for whatever Rockstar has planned in the future. And he also confirmed that that standalone version of Grand Theft Auto Online is going to be available exclusive for 3 months for PS5 guys. So essentially a quarter of a year, you'll have the opportunity to get that exclusive version before anyone else. So that's obviously very exciting. Now, there was a little bit more follow-up to that. Mike, the host of the call, said, and as a follow-up to that, could you talk a little bit about how the next generation of GTA Online will actually work? To your point, it's exclusive and I think free for PS5 players for the first 3 months. I think that implies that there could be a discrete price or perhaps a subscription fee. Is there anything that's off the table, appreciating that there's probably not much to announce today? And Strauss said, no, I'm never that exciting, unfortunately. Won't be making any product announcements today or at any other time. By the way, products announcements are always made by the labels. So more news to come. But what I can assure you is that whatever Rockstar brings out will be phenomenal. And I'm utterly confident that what will be released for next gen will be just great and exciting to consumers and will be creating really meaningful opportunities for us. So once again, Strauss not really diving into making any sort of announcements. They talked about a discrete price. So I would imagine like a cheaper than normal price or even a subscription fee, something that you would pay for every month like Netflix or Amazon or Spotify or something like that. So Strauss didn't say anything regarding that. And he said that whatever Rockstar is going to bring out is going to be phenomenal. So he does have a lot of confidence in his label, Rockstar Games, to create for the next gen an awesome version of GTA 5. So it'll be very exciting to see not only what Rockstar comes out with, what they announce, but all the things we get to do with this new version of the game. Now, the last interesting thing that I think pertains to Rockstar and Grand Theft Auto from this conference, which again happened a couple of days ago on September 15th, was about the year of 2020, how crazy it's been, how Take-Two Interactive and the rest of the video game industry has been staying at home, and how this has impacted Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive. And so Mike, the guy hosting the call, said, let's talk about the other side of shelter at home, which is the game development side. I think game development productivity has been surprisingly good, despite the shift to remote work. That said, there have been a handful of development delays that have been announced across the industry. Could you talk about Take-Two's game development productivity during this period, and what are some of the things that were unimpacted, and what are some of the development workflow that may have been impacted and have seen productivity loss because work from home? And Strauss goes on to say that they've only had to delay one title. They've been very fortunate, and their teams have been incredibly productive ever since working from home, which started back on March 12th. But the big kicker here is what he says next. We're back in the motion capture business, so that's really a thing we were not for a while, and that could have really created a problem. I still think you're better when people can be in the office collaborating, seeing one another, or socializing together. I think it's very taxing to spend the whole day in front of a computer in your home, and I don't have any interest in continuing any longer than it needs to from a security and safety point of view. But I do think we held up remarkably well and that game development has continued to be first class, and I have not seen any degradation in quality whatsoever, and certainly the market hasn't either. So some really good news there from Strauss that all of Take-Two Interactive's entities, including Rockstar, are now back in the motion capture business, which is obviously extremely important for creating video games, online updates, pretty much anything that involves like a DLC or new content is going to have motion capture in some way, shape, or form. And it also looks like even though Rockstar and all their employees for the most part have been working from home since March 12th, like maybe many of you guys have, Strauss has said that development has continued to be first class. There hasn't been any cut in quality whatsoever. So all of that is very, very good news and something to get pretty excited about. So I will leave the entire article in the description. Strauss talks about a couple of other things that are interesting if you like the business sort of side of video games. So I will leave a link to that in the description. And last but not least today, the final thing I want to look at is something really cool I saw on Twitter. It's how the next generation version of the Grand Theft Auto Online lobby screens might look like. This is actually created by a user Videotech on Twitter. I'll leave a link to his page down there. And this is sort of what a reimagined version of loading into Grand Theft Auto Online might look like on GTA 5. And you can see it's kind of similar to how Red Dead Online looks like right now. A lot cleaner, a lot more modern. You guys can see there's the GTA Online logo. And then there's 4 tabs at the bottom. Free roam, load straight into your apartment or maybe your last saved location. Join a crew. And then in the bottom right, he has cops and crooks, which might be either the latest adversary mode or the latest DLC, with options to access social club, story mode, and the Rockstar editor all from one menu. Needless to say, this is incredibly clean. This looks fantastic. So it would be awesome if this is one of those quality of life upgrades and updates that Rockstar ended up making when the game comes to PS5 and the new Xbox consoles. But anyways, that is all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. What do you think of the next generation versions of GTA 5? Do you think we got good news today? Do you think we got bad news today? Let me know what you're thinking in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.